Great day. Thank you. Shortly, the Chancellor, the Honourable Michael Egan AO, accompanied by the academic procession, will enter the graduation hall. And they've taken their positions on stage. Advance Australia Fair will be played, and we invite you to join in the singing of our national anthem. Would you please stand for the academic procession?
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country.
Thank you. Budji Mulinawul, everyone, and Nalawa. Good morning and welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly acknowledge the country and its people, and to thank the university for their acknowledgement of us and the invitation to welcome you here this morning. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated. My family descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. So he enrolled his daughter, Bulgari, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them and became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here this morning. And with good reason. Your success is our success, your advancement our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in more traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant that the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here almost 250 years ago, he encountered a people whom he described as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They owned nothing but the tools they carried, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and harvested food from the earth without excessive clearing or tilling. Now, these were not primitive societies, these were ancient cultures. So there was no rich and poor, no slavery, no rents or mortgages, and no homelessness. People cooperated to collect the resources which were needed, and then they were shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained with fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 20,000 years. So, yeah, this is not a dream or an ideal. This was normal life for humans for the longest time. And there's little reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. But we're a clever people, and there's still much magic in the world, I believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, and we are naturally a happy and healthy people. I would suggest you share your gifts with the rest of us, keep looking after our beautiful country, and follow that lovely spirit within you that's got you this far. Do this, and I'm confident that together we can put together a world and a country that we can be proud of, and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you graduate. I just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you and welcome to country.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Egan, AO.
Thank you, Chris Tobin, for your welcome to country. Here at Macquarie University, we're very proud of our relationship with the Darug people, whose customs and cultures have nurtured this land since the Dreamtime. So on behalf of the university, and I'm sure on behalf of everyone here today, I offer our thanks and respect to all of their elders, past and present. Well, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the first thing I want to do this morning is thank all of you for coming. A graduation ceremony is an important celebration of achievement. The achievements, of course, of our graduands, but also of the university. So it's very good that you're here, and I'm very grateful that you are. I also especially want to thank those of you who have brought children with you today. It's good for them that they're here because their memories of today and of the importance of today may one day be the thing that inspires them to emulate the successes of today's graduands. And their presence is also good for us because every celebration is enhanced by the presence of children. Now, unless children have changed enormously since I was a child, Few of them will be able to stay quiet or still for the duration of the ceremony. I don't expect them to, I don't want them to, and I don't want you to worry if they don't. They are most welcome, so please let them run around and make as much commotion as they like. Now, the most important thing today is that our graduands have a great day. I hope that this will be a very happy and a very memorable occasion for all of you. But it will only be a happy occasion and a memorable occasion if you all relax. Some of you look relaxed, but many of you look so terrified that you would think you were about to go into the examination room rather than be here to collect your degrees. I am assured that you have passed all your exams, so there's absolutely nothing to worry about today. Well, that's not quite true. Sometimes when people come up here on the stage, they trip and fall. That's okay too, because all these people are actually first aid officers, and they're here to tend to whatever injury you sustain and send you on your way. So please, nothing really can go wrong. Just sit back, relax, and have a great day. Because you deserve to take pride, great pride, in your graduation. Completing a degree is never easy. You need an intelligent and inquiring mind. You need determination and perseverance, and you need to make many sacrifices. So welcome and congratulations to each and every one of you. I also today want to congratulate all of you who are here as the guests of one of our graduands. The very fact that you've been invited by one of our graduands to share one of the great days of their lives is proof positive that you've been very important in their lives and in the successes that we celebrate today. And I don't want you to think either that observing today's graduation is the end of your role. I have another important service for you to perform for our newest graduates, as they will soon become. I want you to make sure that the degrees they receive today are never ever put in a bottom drawer, but are always proudly displayed in a position of prominence. Now, the ceremony that we're about to participate in is one of the world's oldest social rituals. For centuries, graduates have been donning robes just like the ones our graduands are wearing today, and participating in ceremonies just like this one. Indeed, there are some 50 universities in the world which can trace their history back more than 500 years. Now, it shouldn't surprise you to know that Macquarie is not among them. We're a young university. We celebrated our 50th Jubilee only 4 years ago in 2014. We proudly take our name from Australia's greatest colonial governor, Governor Lachlan Macquarie, a man whose greatness and achievements were never acknowledged by his contemporaries, but only by history. Those of us who went to school in New South Wales were taught that Macquarie was a great builder, and indeed he was. But his greatest legacy had nothing to do with bricks and mortar. His greatest legacy was the ethos he established, much to the annoyance of the British authorities at the time, of an egalitarian society, because it was Macquarie's insistence that in this fledgling convict colony there be no distinction between the free and the freed that was the foundation of the Australian notion of a fair go for all. And that is a legacy that here at Macquarie we will always aim to maintain and honour. Now, notwithstanding Macquarie's greatness, it's fair to acknowledge that some of his actions would not pass muster today. Removing Aboriginal children from their families, even for the purpose of their own education, would certainly not be tolerated today. I wonder how many things we accept today we will one day look back on with shame. One of the attributes I hope Macquarie University will impart to all its students is the capacity for moral and ethical reflection, and a yearning always to help right the wrongs, not just of the past, but also of our own time. After our first 54 years, we now have over 184,000 Macquarie graduates living in more than 140 countries. Macquarie is a very modern and outward-looking university. We're now ranked in the top 2% of the world's universities. From our beginnings, we have defied the traditional boundaries of academia. We've pioneered, and we continue to pioneer, learning and teaching approaches that challenge conventions and shift thinking. Our students play a major role in their own learning and are empowered to guide what and how they learn. We're also research pioneers. Our framework for the future, world-leading research with world-changing impact, is brought to life by renowned researchers whose bold and innovative solutions to issues of global significance are of enormous benefit to the world we live in. And by the way, that's not an idle boast. I'm sure everyone here today at some stage makes use of Wi-Fi. Now, it might surprise you to learn that Wi-Fi was not developed by scientists at Oxford University or Harvard University or even Sydney University. No, Wi-Fi was developed by Macquarie University scientists and engineers in conjunction with scientists from the CSIRO. So that's something that at Macquarie we're very proud of, and something that the CSIRO should be proud of too. And the research that is currently underway at Macquarie is no less significant. I'm sure all of you will be aware of the recent death of Professor Stephen Hawking, a brilliant scientist and a marvellous and inspiring man. The disease he fought almost all of his life was motor neurone disease. And I'm very proud to say that our Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences is at the forefront. In fact, I think it's fair to say we are the Australian leader in helping to find a cure for that dreadful disease. In fact, we have countless research projects underway, all of which have enormous potential to add to the world's knowledge and well-being. We're also proud of some of our new or relatively new facilities, including our Australian Hearing Hub, our library and our hospital. We are the only university in Australia which both owns and operates its own hospital. And it's an excellent hospital too, I might add. It's not only used by the academics in our Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, but it's also used for its primary purpose of treating sick people. And it does that very well. I can assure you personally of that. I was a patient there for a few nights a few years ago, and the treatment they give you is absolutely first class, especially when you're the Chancellor. So I'd recommend it to you. But we have a lot more to do to make sure that all of our facilities are fit for purpose. That's why when you arrived today, you may have thought for a moment that you were visiting a war zone. The big hole in the ground outside, just behind me, is the site of our new central courtyard, which will house new food and beverage facilities, other social and study areas, as well as on-campus student accommodation. A little further away, our arts faculty building, one of our oldest, has been completely gutted and will be replaced by a new arts precinct, which will also include new spaces for our superb museums and galleries. So we're looking forward, and we are on the move. Here at Macquarie, we have a very clear and straightforward mission, and that mission is to transform people's lives and to improve the lives not just of our own students, but also of people all around the globe by the work and achievements of our graduates and by the fruit of our research. We want Macquarie always to be a leader in teaching and learning and a leader in the accumulation of knowledge and understanding. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. And graduands, in just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Well, now, graduands and ladies and gentlemen, it's now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Mr. Rob Locke. Rob is a partner of Ernst & Young and leads their forensic and integrity services practice. He specialises in preventing, detecting and responding to fraud, bribery and corruption matters, and is regularly called upon by corporates and government to assist them with integrity and legislative breaches. Rob has led complex investigative assignments throughout the Asia-Pacific region. Matters investigated have included alleged corruption on the part of public officials, fraud and corruption on large-scale infrastructure projects, and numerous fraud schemes in the financial services, property and extractive industries, among others. Rob is a regular contributor to thought leadership in his area of specialisation and is routinely sought by the media for comments on a range of topical matters relating to ethics and integrity. I now invite Rob Locke to deliver the occasional address. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Locke.
Thank you, Chancellor. Good morning, all. I always feel like I'm the Grim Reaper when I get introduced like that, and I feel even more like the Grim Reaper when I say that in my line of work, we've never been busier, which is a slightly sad indictment on society, but I feel I play an important role, and we'll get to purpose in a moment. I'd like to acknowledge the Chancellor, members of the faculty, distinguished guests, graduates, families and friends, and the traditional owners of the land upon which we meet today. To all the graduates here today, guys, you did it. I remember the feeling. It's amazing. Last exam, you walk out and you go, is that it? What next? And now we're here today to get the piece of paper. Fantastic. It doesn't seem that long ago for me, and I remember it was probably one of the greatest days of my life. A great sense of achievement. Congratulations. And I'm sure you'll take steps in your career now. Your opportunities will be boundless, and I wish you nothing but the best for that. I've walked in your shoes, and I can tell you that your effort will be worth it. My time at university was both hard work and fun. Probably a little more fun at times than it should have been. It's fair to say my pool skills improved immeasurably during my time at university. And what seemed like a great idea to mix with my fellow students late in the evening often, felt less so the next morning when I had a 9 a.m. tute, which was on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that was pretty brutal. But we got there in the end. So how did I get here? Why do I do what it is that I do? Well, my studies were my climb of Mount Everest. I hit my summit. I still refer to it as my Everest. I studied full-time whilst working full-time. I went to university as a mature age student at about 26. You might be wondering how you could do that. My hours were shift hours, which enabled me to get to my afternoon economics lecture at 3 after starting work at 5 that morning. So my notes are typically characterised by a pen mark drifting off the page. It was a tough afternoon to get through, but we got there. It was my Everest. I had and I continue to have a strong sense of purpose. Throughout my studies and entering my professional career, I knew that I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to learn, collaborate and contribute, all the while being increasingly drawn to playing my part in shaping the integrity agenda. It felt like a calling. Playing my part in upholding societal confidence in things such as capital markets, corporate governance, and the transparent and ethical operation of government. So today I'd like to share some of my insights and learnings, along with my views on the importance of integrity. I stand before a hall of future leaders. Each of you will no doubt make your mark, be it in corporate, public, or not-for-profit sectors. I could provide many pearls of wisdom in my own mind, but I'll share 3 today with you. There'll be the 3 focus areas. Be bold, be brave, find your voice, and be prepared to use it. View each day as a learning opportunity. And thirdly, most importantly, be true to yourself and honour your moral compass. I'll speak to each of those now. On being bold, brave, finding your voice and being prepared to use it. Courage, conviction and diversity of thought are valued by many of the organisations that you'll take employment with. Indeed, you may have already taken employment with. Leadership comes in many forms. You can lead through your shaping of others' thinking, setting the agenda, being a collaborator who draws on a diverse range of ideas. Never be afraid to share your views, nor be silenced. Find your voice, use it wisely, and inspire others to do the same. You'll be amazed at the change that you can achieve. I run a large team, and I say to them often, guys, tell me what's on your mind, tell me what you need. If you don't tell me, I may never know. Secondly, view each day as a learning opportunity. It may not be apparent at the time, but with hindsight, you'll be amazed at how experiences just seem to fall into place. It's easier to connect the dots in hindsight. It all starts to make sense. The dots will be joined and they'll equip you with a deep, broad bag of ideas and solutions to draw from. A great example of this is provided by the late Steve Jobs. I don't know whether you've seen it. In his 2005 commencement address to the Stanford University graduates. It's a great speech. He talks about 5 important life lessons. Of the 5, it's his first one. Follow your heart and trust that you know where it's, or trust that it knows where it's going. He speaks of dropping out of all of the required courses and dropping into the ones that took his interest. One such course was calligraphy. Even though in his mind he thought it was clearly useless for any career he might pursue. But 10 years later, with Steve Wozniak, when designing the first Macintosh computer, the calligraphy course suddenly became very important. Jobs tells the students that he and Woz designed the calligraphy into the Mac. It was the first computer with beautiful typography. He also points out somewhat lightheartedly that it was simply copied by Windows and every other operating system and is today's standard. Who would have thought a calligraphy course could play such an important role in our daily lives? Thirdly, be true to yourself and honour your moral compass. This is the Grim Reaper bit. As you grow your career, you'll be both impacted by others' decisions and impact others with yours. Your response to others' decisions and the decisions you make will define your reputation. From early in your career, you will be presented with opportunities to role model the right behaviours, set the right tone, and demonstrate leadership in the important area of personal ethics and integrity. Your choices have the ability to cause a ripple which can turn into a wave of change. An example of the millennial generation's ability to affect change is well illustrated in my firm's Asia Pacific fraud survey. It found that 85% of millennials will choose not to work for an organisation that has had an integrity lapse. They vote with their feet. The wave of change is the war for talent. Organisations get it. They know you want to work for ethical organisations. And in part, it's starting to shape the way they go about improving governance and their responses to impropriety. Organisations are far less inclined to sweep matters under the carpet these days. I'll quote the American author and philosopher. I like this quote a lot. Aldo Leopold once said, "Ethical behaviour is doing the right thing when no one else is watching, even when doing the wrong thing is legal." Ethical behaviour is doing the right thing when no one else is watching. People are less inclined to work for organisations with a poor reputation, and I can assure you, in my line of work I get to see it, organisations are not inclined to hire somebody with a poor reputation. In recent times, we've seen numerous examples of individuals, corporations and government failing to meet societal expectations, and in some cases acting outside of the law. A range of royal commissions, other inquiries and even sporting scandals have reminded us that many of us will be confronted with situations, pressures or expectations that can lead to poor decisions being taken. Many involving organisations, teams and individuals that you would never expect to see employing unethical tactics or worse, systemic conduct that knowingly detriments others. My point here is that we're human and nobody is immune to the risk of an integrity lapse. Today, you receive your ticket to play, but it does not come with a protective cape. Use your ticket wisely. To quote Warren Buffett, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you will do things differently. Resist the temptation to take shortcuts. Hard work does pay off. You'll be confronted with ethical or even legal dilemmas or lines in the sand. Don't cross them. And if you see others doing the wrong thing, don't use it as justification for you then doing the same. Furthermore, call it out, because the standard you walk past is the standard that you accept. I trust you'll take something from my words today, and who knows, in 10 years' time, you may even draw on some of them. I wish you every success in the future, and I thank you all for your time today. All the very best.
Well, graduands and ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'll agree that was an outstanding occasional address, and I thank Rob for it. It was chock full of good advice. I think all summed up in his advice to find your voice and use it wisely. That's worth remembering throughout your career. I think Rob deserves another great round of applause for a great occasional address. Well, now, graduands, I mentioned earlier that there's absolutely nothing for you to be worried about today, but I must admit this is the one part of the ceremony, it's actually the key part of the ceremony, the reason we're here, that makes me just a little bit nervous. Because I was informed by an eminent lawyer many years ago that if I conferred a degree on someone who wasn't entitled to receive it, it was very, very difficult, if not impossible, for me to take it back. So before I graduate you today, I have to be 100% certain that you're all eligible to graduate. And for that reason, I have to ask the registrar over there, Gail White, to give me an ironclad guarantee that none of you ever skipped a lecture or a class or were late in submitting an assignment. Gail, can you please assure me of those things?
Yes, Chancellor.
Thank you.
Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
That's you. Graduands, in the name of the Council of Macquarie University and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Business and Economics, and I call on Professor Stephen Brammer, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Business and Economics, to present the graduates. Professor Brammer.
Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Business and Economics. The Faculty of Business and Economics is the largest faculty at Macquarie University and one of the largest in Australia. We are an applied, engaged and global business school. Our role is to create knowledge through applied research in the areas of marketing, management, finance, economics, actuarial studies and accounting. Working with our academic and corporate partners, students and alumni, we create and share research that addresses business and societal challenges. Our programs are innovative, include engagement with industry as well as the development of employability skills. The skills developed are in demand globally. Our programs are recognised and accredited by key industry bodies, and we enjoy a strong reputation amongst the business and professional communities. Our graduates have starting salaries well above the average for all Australian business schools. These graduates have the skills, knowledge and purpose to make a positive contribution to their families, to their communities and to the world. Chancellor, I'm proud to present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics whom you've admitted to degrees. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Jared Andrew Clark. William Glenn. Debbie Ha. Tara Houlihan. Jordan Mosquito. Andrew Stephen Francis Picton. Arthi Vunthina Reddy. Georgia Sefton. Hannah Siddiqui. Martina Yina Su. Jordan Daniel Walters. Yu-Di Wang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Marina Gabriel. Annalisa Gracias Flor. Stephanie Louise Hannell. Holly Louise Inwood. Kimberly Ann Partridge. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Sahara Akhtar. Alexandra Jane Moore. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with a degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Professional Accounting. Yasmin Omar Mustafa Abdallah. Jansen Russell Marquez. Dong Pan. Halin Vo. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology. Bronwyn Allen. Aisha Amir Khan. Marina Ayub. Kathleen Carrick. Nicolette Jade Diavatiotis. Ashley Evans. Michael Neville Greenberg. Neil Daniel McCraith. Alexander Thomas Melody. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with the degree of Bachelor of Science. Nicole Davis. Kanchala Induwari Jayasakara. Alphonsus Kawiaji. Jason Newen. Callum Thomas Thorpe. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Rachel Abla. Mitchell Lewis Audsley. Gabriella Jessica Aoyang. Jacob Azapadi. Dalina Hongjambui. Lokzi Joyce Chan. Samyi Chan. Yuechi Chen. Kay Chung. James Conn. Mariam Dadashkani. Asha Dalby. Scott Deserton. Nokwin Maido. Michael Richard Domjan. Bimalka Bashina Fonseca. Isaac Gaiety. Isabella Gillam. Divyanshu Gupta. Wantung He. Nin Nin Sui. Erin Jessie Hodkinson. Melissa Kate Yu Yin Huang. Maria Katrine Yalmo. Lloyd Jones. David Allen Kent. Edin Kozar. Lazaro Labrakis. Kawai Lai. Marcus Chun-Ho Lai. Chin Man Lau. Trio Fat Lei. Chung Zhe Li. Kathy Liu. Ben Major Mills. Callum Hanley McAlpine. Dallas McKinnon. Patrick McWhinney. Alexander Mowat. Frederick Nathaniel. CUK Stephen Ung. Tan Suan Nguyen. Nokmin Tam Nam. Yan Pan. Sydney Suzanne Royce. Angshuman Saikia. Stuart Sebiranda. Mohammed Ismail Shanshahi. Alice Schoen. Simon Shinoda. Harsh Yogesh Kumar Solanki. Catherine Stanton. Han Bin Su. Xing Sha Su. Maya Subotic. Kevin Supangat. Vincent Zhang. Teresa Wong. Ying Yong. Yu Choi Yan. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Analytics, Matthew Peter Verdoin. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Leadership and Commerce, Alex Chen. Stephanie Rita Katzi. Jacob Eric van Ekmond. Chang Ye Wu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Samuel Fox. Benjamin Hat Yin So. George Brown. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Marketing and Media, Lawrence John Gittins Aboud. Alyssa Jane Ailing. Gemma Olivia Cairns. Bernie Chan. Rebecca Cheney. Tara D'Souza. Andres Gutierrez Martinez. Ravina Kant. Stephen Kotov. Annalise Matthew. Snigdha Mehta. Taylor Ann Meredith. Jacqueline Mikulisev. Pierce John O'Brien. Julia Panetta. Katrina Pevich. Eliza Velk. Meg Wardrop. Ashley Williams. Lin Xie. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of International Business with the degree of Master of International Communication, Tavisha Chowdhury. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Commerce, Sarah Louise Abdi. Christine Deborah Ariane. Baljit Kaur. Runjini Chakma. Baorun Chern. Francesco De Santis. Kylie Fan. Victor Francois Gras. Xiang He. Ana Erica Sanchez Catalbas. Frida Johanna Maria Lindberg. Diksha Darshi Naidu. Eduardo Jerome Posadas Peña. Hao Hua Chiu. Corinne Rochester. Bin Bin Sun. Carrie Tam. Aishanya Tripathi. Jia Yu Wang. Ge Wen. Cheong Jiang Xin. Jiarun Chu. Lulu Yu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of International Business, Arpit Kumar Pradeep Kumar Jalan. Karan Bhupesh Kapadia. Shengzhu Li. Shu Hui Li. Pei Yu Liu. Nicholas Martinez. Anwesa Patawari. Juan Diego Peña Ordóñez. Daniela Saavedra Gomez. Sudhanshu Tiwari. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Advanced Professional Accounting, Zhu Li. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, Jonathan Dongxing Wang. Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics.
Chancellor, I call on Mr. Victor Gra, who has graduated today with a Master of Commerce, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Mr. Gra.
Hi, everyone. So first of all, it's a real honor for me to be a graduate speaker today. So I'd just like to start thanking our Chancellor and our Vice Chancellor, Bruce, for this opportunity. What a journey. What a journey it has been, but we did it. Look at us now, how great we all look with our hats on our heads. As cheesy as it sounds, I would like to thank Macquarie. There is one saying, uni life is what students make of it. It's true, 100%. However, this can only happen if the educational provider, Macquarie Uni here, offers opportunities for us to seize. And that's why I'm thanking Macquarie today. Thank you, lecturers, to be approachable, helpful, and for your patience as well when I sometimes had hundreds of questions for a single class. Thank you to the entire uni staff for implementing social and professional events, giving us the tools and opportunities to be as involved as we want. Whether it is uni societies, Yuba parties, workshops, or networking events, none of it could take place without your commitment to maintain an innovative studying environment for us. And to give you a concrete example, I am currently working at Dell. I love it. And guess what? It all started at Macquarie Career Fair, where I had a chance to meet and exchange with one of Dell HR manager. So uni is what students make of it, yes, but a massive thank you to Macquarie for supporting us in that journey. Another crucial element which made my uni experience memorable is the diversity of its people. Diversity of backgrounds, ideas, beliefs, opinions, personalities, and each time I ever worked on a group assignment, that diversity made me grow as a person as much as the assignment itself. So thanks to Macquarie, I now have friends from all over the world, and that diversity is also well represented in the audience today. Which leads me to the last category of people I wanted to thank, our relatives. Most of us students wouldn't have made it without the support of our families. And some of you may have come a long way to be here today. My own dad and brother flew from France for the occasion. By the way, they had no idea I would go on stage, so surprise. So yeah, a massive thank you for the constant support. And if I may end that speech by a few words in French, merci papa, si je suis là où j'en suis aujourd'hui, c'est en grande partie grâce à toi. Merci pour tout. Thank you everyone for your attention.
I'd give my eye teeth to have an accent like that. Well done, Victor. Congratulations on your master's degree. And thank you for coming to Australia to study. And thank you for bringing your father and your brother to your graduation ceremony. I think they deserve a round of applause too, because they've come a long, long way. And Victor deserves another great round of applause for a wonderful address. Well, no, that wasn't too bad, was it? That glorious voice, ladies and gentlemen, belongs to Angela Brewer. And I'm sure you'll agree that was a superb performance. Would you like to hear her sing some more? Well, it's easily arranged. You've just got to enrol in another degree, and I'll make sure that she sings at your next graduation. By the way, you were very fortunate that she was singing today. She sings at most of our graduations, but every now and again, for one reason or another, she's unable to make it. And when she can't make it, I do the singing. So you were fortunate. I think Angela deserves another round of applause. So too to our fabulous musicians on the Chinese transverse flute, Dr. Chai Chang Ning. And on the organ, Dr. James Forsyth. Behind me, of course, we have representatives of our academic community who have been very important during your progress here at Macquarie. I'm sure you'd like to thank them as well. You may have noticed that we have some alumni volunteers here today, as we do at every graduation. They're here to make sure that everything runs smoothly, and I'd like them to take a bow too. They're over there and...
Chancellor, please forgive my interruption, but there are some additional thanks that need to be said today. Vice-Chancellor.
Well, Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, I crave your indulgence for just a couple of moments for a special tribute. Having served as the New South Wales State Treasurer for the longest time in this state, our Chancellor joined Macquarie University as our Chancellor a little over 11 years ago. During his time as our Chancellor, Mr. Egan has served with distinction as an excellent chair of the university's governing council, as a member or chair of many of the university governing council's committees, and more generally as a superior ambassador for the university within and far beyond the campus, all in a pro bono role. It is, however, I believe, in the formal and high ceremonial role presiding as the university's Chancellor at graduations that perhaps Mr. Egan will have left his most enduring mark on this university. As you have, I hope, seen today, Macquarie University's graduations are splendid occasions, we believe set apart from graduations at all other universities across this land. The extraordinary attention to detail, the wonderful mix of formality appropriate for the occasion, the mix of informality and humour is what our graduations are all about. These aspects all add, I believe, to the celebration, the warmth and the welcome for our graduates and their guests. I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that all aspects of our graduation ceremonies do have the deft hand of our Chancellor at the helm. For this and so much more, we owe Mr. Egan a great debt. Today, however, after I believe 268 graduations and conferring degrees on just over 40,000 alumni of this university, this will be the last ceremony at which Mr. Egan presides as our Chancellor, as he will retire in February 2019. Chancellor, on behalf of the Council members, a number of whom are here today, members of my executive, the Academy, the professional staff, and most importantly, our graduates and alumni, whose graduation ceremonies you have enriched in perpetuity to their wonderful memories of such grand occasions, I say thank you. And in salute for this contribution and so much more, you have been asking graduates whether they would like to hear Angela sing again. I have organised a small tribute for you.
all'orizzonte mancan le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. Se non ci sei tu con me, sulle finestre mostra a tutti il mio cuore che hai acceso. Chiudi dentro me la luce che hai incontrato per strada. Time to say goodbye. Paesi che io lo mai non esistano più. Adesso sì vivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io lo so non esistano più. Quando sei lontano sull'orizzonte manca le parole. Io sono, tu sei qui con me, con me. Tu mia luna, tu sei qui con me. Io sono, tu sei qui con me, con me, con me, con me. Time to say goodbye. Paesi che io lo mai non esistano più. Adesso sì vivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io lo so non esistano più. Time to say goodbye. Paesi che io lo mai non esistano più. Adesso sì vivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io lo so non esistano più.
Well, thank you, everyone. I really don't know what to say. I was taken by surprise. That was a lovely gesture, Bruce and Angela, and I thank you both sincerely for it. And I thank everyone at Macquarie University with whom I've had the great privilege of working with over the last 11 years. And I'm sure that the committee that's been appointed to select the new Chancellor will do a fabulous job. And certainly whoever is appointed in my place will have my full support. Thank you once again, and please be seated. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Bruce. Well, graduates, this ceremony marks the end of one stage in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it is certainly not the end of your association with Macquarie. From today on, for the rest of your lives, You are part of the bigger Macquarie family, which is our alumni, and part of the network of over 184,000 Macquarie alumni spanning the globe. We'll keep in touch with you through our alumni program, which is focused on lifelong learning, lifelong support and lifelong connections. Our commitment to you is to help you keep in touch and engaged with Macquarie throughout your life. And graduates, please do make sure to come back to Macquarie, either to undertake more study, to attend alumni events, use our aquatic and fitness facilities, or even if the mood takes you, just come back and enjoy a quiet picnic down by our lake. Well now graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. Believe it or not, you, each and every one of you, can change the world. And you don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner to do it either. Because almost everything you do, in your homes, in your workplaces, and in your communities matters and can make a huge difference. The consequences of every effort, every action, large or small, can reverberate throughout society, through the decades, indeed the centuries. Even something as simple as a kind word or a kind gesture can often be the spark that ignites a great life or a great career or a great achievement. So as Chancellor of Macquarie University, I charge you to use what you have learned, not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the community. I charge you to use the skills and knowledge you have acquired with rigour and integrity, and to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry. I charge you to recognise the worth and dignity of all people, particularly those who've not had the opportunities that you've enjoyed. I charge you to set high goals and to continue the hard work that has brought you so far. I charge you, wherever you go, go with all your heart. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. Now, graduates, I hope also that you'll always remember the people who've helped you along the way, many of whom are here with you today. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm going to ask you to do just a couple of things for me. First, graduates, would you now please stand? Now I invite you to put your degrees on the seats behind you so that your hands are free. And now I'd like you to turn to face your families and your friends. And now I ask you to give them a mighty round of applause. Well, graduates, you can turn around now, but please don't sit down because in just a moment I'll be leading the official party out through the centre aisle and, of course, will be followed by all of you in procession. And then I would invite everyone to join the procession down the centre aisle, through the campus and down to the Macquarie, where I would invite all of you to join us for some light refreshments. We even have some refreshments for the children. We have ice creams and fairy floss, and they're available to everyone up to and exceeding my age. So please partake of them. Well now, would everyone now please stand, and please remain standing until the last graduate has processed out. Well, graduates, in the words of the old Irish blessing, may the road rise up to meet you, may the wind always be at your back, may the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Graduates, good luck.